Hey everybody, how's it going? Azren the language nerd here. And then the shout out to one person who's watching it live today. This is another one of our how to teach foreign languages videos. And so if you're new to these, it's pretty straightforward. It's a weekly segment where I make some videos talking about how we teach at the Calgary Language Nerds. I thought today we'd do something practical. Sometimes we have some more theoretical sessions with like a PowerPoint and things like that. I thought today can be really practical, and I actually might do more practical things like this because I think it's really useful. I want to show one activity that I use to teach quite a few things, actually. You can kind of adapt it for a lot of things, and it's really, really easy to do. It's one of those activities that works super well online and in person. I find this one works a little bit better for kids. You could do it with adults too. It's not necessarily bad to do with adults, although I think for adults it might be a little bit too easy, maybe a little bit boring, but I don't know, worth trying. I've never tried with adults, and maybe it's worth a try. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different screen share today. You're going to see, you're not going to see my screen. What you're going to see instead is the following. So this is these are called document cameras. Let me just adjust this a little bit. There we go. So document cameras, maybe you've seen them in, your teacher might have used them in school or something like that. So you can see my hands, you can see whatever I put here. This one is called, I can actually just maybe tell you what the brand and everything is. It is IPEVO, I don't know how to pronounce that, IPEVO. And the model type is a VZ-1. So you don't really need one. I mean, even if I don't have this, you can still do this activity without one of these cameras online. You don't need it. In fact, I'll even show it to you without this camera today. I'll even show you how you can do it without it because you don't necessarily need it. So, okay. So what you do is you need a few things. You need a few cups, right? You can have 3 cups like this. And then you need some small items that you want to teach how to say in the target language. So for example, let's say we're doing foods, right? You might have some sugar. I got some garlic. I've got, what else do I have here? Ketchup. And I've got an orange. Ideally, you'd probably want more objects in this because if you're teaching a whole lesson, you'd have more foods than this that you're going to teach. So the first thing you want to do is you want to teach how to say all of our objects in the target language. So you might say, okay, let's say you're doing whatever, French, right? You'd have, okay, this is an orange. In French, we say une orange, right? So you want to teach how to say everything, all the different words. It doesn't have to be foods. You could do, I don't know, I can look around me here. Maybe we're doing like office supplies, and I might have like an eraser and glue stick, whatever else I have here. Pen. The pen might be too big for the cup to cover, which is a bit of a problem, slightly problematic, but maybe pen's not, I guess pen could go this way. I guess pen could actually work. I could hide it by a slightly larger glass. I could. This one, it's not quite big enough. But pen, whatever it is, right? Whatever objects you decide to do, you can do it with them. And it's a very, very straightforward activity. So you teach it first, right? You teach all the words. We'll just stick with our foods. And after you've taught it, you're going to tell the students, whether it's in person or online, you'll pick a student and you'll say, hey, student, pick one of the many objects that we have here. Pick one, right? Tell me in French the object that you would like. There you go, a bunch of things. Got a bunch of objects here. Now we have a huge selection. They don't really fit into a specific category. I mean, we have lots of things all within different categories, but regardless, here we go. You say, hey, Mr. Student, hey, so-and-so, tell me one object in French. And they go, I want l'orange, or orange. So you clear the rest of the objects away. Take our orange, hide it under one of the cups. and you play a good old game. You know, you see those in TV and movies. Heck, maybe you've even done it yourself. Where you start to shuffle the cups around. Keep an eye on the cup that has the orange in it. As an adult, I think it's pretty easy. You probably kept an eye on it. Maybe not. Heck, maybe it's just easy for me. And then you have the students tell you where the orange is. Again, for kids, this is a heck of a lot more entertaining than adults. For adults, this is mildly entertaining at best. Heck, maybe adults like it. Who knows? So you say, if it's a beginner class, you might just have them. You might ask them, "Is it here?" And they say yes or no. Oui, non, yes, no, si, no, whatever the language is, right? Is it here? Yeah, it's here. The kids say, "Oh no, it's not there," right? And then eventually you show where the orange or where the object or where the thing actually is. So very, very simple, not that hard. Again, you can do another round, right? Pick another object, pick another student, they pick another object. Now they say whatever. They decide sugar, le sucre. Clear everything else away. Put the sugar under a cup. You move the cups around again. You have them guess, where's the sugar? Where is it? Where is it? And you have them guess. And of course, there it is. There's a lot of kind of variations you can do of this. You can do variations where you stick. You can have more than 3 cups even if you want to. If you want to make it a bit of a memory game. So let's say I only brought 3 cups with me here, but let's say we had do I have something I can be a makeshift cup? I don't. That's okay. Let's say we had like 6 cups. Boom, boom, boom. You have 6 cups. You have 6 different objects. You cover all 6. You start to move them around, and you see if students can remember what objects are in under what cup, and they can try and tell you those in the target language. That's probably slightly more suitable to adults, a little bit more of a mental challenge, a bit more of a memory game. So that is a good activity that you can do, and it's quite versatile. You can do it for lots of different types of objects, lots of different types of vocabulary. Really, really good. Similar activity, I'll show you while this document camera is sharing. Very similar, similar type of game. If you want to go down the memory route, you take. Let me just pull them out here. You get some flashcards. Now these ones are from a game that is called Headbands. Headbands. The box looks like this. I'm a huge fan of Headbands. It's a very versatile game. You can do all sorts of things with the Headbands cards. There we go. Headbands. It's got a bit of a glare, but whatever. You guys can see the title. Headbands. I prefer the children's headbands, to be honest. The adult headbands is actually a lot. It's actually really difficult, and it's not the best for language learning purposes, to be honest. So I do prefer the children's headbands. They have a lot more common day-to-day objects, such as bananas and cows and cats and milk and tigers and orange. There we go. Look at that, an orange. Oranges, giraffes, all sorts of different things. Simple day-to-day, easy kind of words. If you don't own the game Headbands, it's not a problem. You can find flashcards for all sorts of different languages online. You can just print them off. And then what you do, very, very simple. You can even make your own flashcards, actually. Very simple. You teach some words. Let's say we're doing animals. So we say, okay, tiger is tigre, right? Cat is gato. Gato, wrong language. Is un chat, right? You teach all your different animal words that you want to go through. You place them. Again, if you have a document camera, you can do it under the document camera. If it's in person, then it's super easy. You just put it directly in front of the kid. If it's a group, that's not an animal. If it's a group class and it's not private or a small group and it's really, you got 20 kids, you can still do this, but you just break kids off into small groups. If you're teaching online, you can have breakout rooms. Zoom has breakout rooms. Google Meet does not have breakout rooms, but there is a makeshift way to do it. I've been actually doing that myself recently and just kind of testing it. It's a bit complex, but it is possible. So anyway, you place out all of your animal words or whatever category. You flip them. You flip them, you mix them around, mix them up, and you play a very simple game of memory. Put them into rows again. I had these nice rows, and now suddenly I'm struggling to make nice rows again. What? Did I have 2 rows of 4 and a row of 2? I don't know what I had. That's okay. There we go. Now we have 2 rows of 4 and a row of 2. What you then do is you tell a student, for example, where is the tiger? Où est le tigre? They go, oh, it's here. You flip it. Oh no, it's not le tigre. Ce n'est pas le tigre. Flip it back over. Okay. Où est le, I don't know, where is the giraffe? Was there a giraffe in here? I don't even know. Oh no, it's not the giraffe. And you keep playing until you're able to get kids or adults even. It could work with both, to be honest, and they try to find the ones that you're saying. It's a good listening activity. A listening comprehension activity, excuse me. It's kind of, there's a memory element to it, which is kind of fun. Yeah, you can even have someone else call out the animal names in French. So someone, like one of the students is calling them out and not the teacher. That's even an option. You can even have, maybe you have 2 bats and two of every card. So you have to match them. So you have to flip 2 cards and try and match them up. You can even, if you're really ambitious, you can even do like where it's 3 and you have 3 cards and you try and match up 3 cards. So that's really more of a memory game. It's not really language learning anymore, but still, I am a fan with adults, but really, especially with kids. I'm a big fan of having of playing games like this where the French or the target language is incorporated, but it's not really the main focus. The main focus is the game, and you're using French to play the game. I am a fan of doing that frequently enough, so that it's fun and more engaging, I suppose. So games like these are, you know, the one I showed you with the cups, right? Ones with headbands, these cards. There's a plethora of things you can do with headbands cards, actually. Headbands you can do, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, but headbands, you can do all sorts of stuff. Let me actually stop the screen share. Let me switch back onto me. Here we go. So headbands, there's lots of stuff you can do. One thing you can do is you show a card, right? And you have students describe the card. And you can make it a game where it's like you draw a card, or I draw a card. Me as a student draws a card. I see it, and I have to describe my card for the other students to try and guess what I have. You can do a different variation where you flip the card. I don't see the card, right? I close my eyes. I don't see it, but everybody else sees it. And they take turns giving me hints about the card. That's also a great, a good use of these kinds of flashcards. Flashcards can be used as a very traditional methodology as well, where it's literally just like you show a picture, they say what the card is. A little bit more boring, but nothing necessarily wrong with it. Super versatile having any kinds of flashcards. So yeah. Now, last thing I want to show you, as I said, I told you at the beginning that you don't need a document camera like this to play the game with cups. It's super easy. All you got to do is you've got to reposition your camera on your laptop a bit. So you might put it down like that. You just kind of tilt it downwards. And now suddenly, boom, here we go. In fact, you might even be able to see the cups a little better, actually, funnily enough. So you can easily just shift your camera, and you don't need a document camera for most of these kinds of games. You just kind of shift your camera around, and it's super easy. Super easy to still make that activity work. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching, yeah. And we'll chat next time. Bye for now. See you.